Let's have a little live performance, shall we? We talk about the event industry needing a miraculous recovery. Well, we've got someone with us tonight who's got his own experience about making miraculous recoveries, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. We're going to ask him to get up for us and sing first off. This is a gentleman who's got an incredible story and knows a lot of people who've been through a lot in the last 18 months or so. But before those stories, a little bit of music from Mr. Bill Black. Bill, good to see you.
Good evening. How you doing, mate?
Give us some tunes.
Good evening, everyone. So, I don't want to make a big speech just yet. I'm going to say this. Music kept me alive. I'll tell you why at the right time. So, little song I wrote. Hoped you'd find the devil in me, but I just found the bitter in you. Comes in many ways and they're all so hard to fight. You became my summer snow, you were pure but not pure white. Said you'd be trouble. Well, I guess they just didn't see. I trouble, and it rolled right up to me. We were looking for trouble. Well, I guess this was meant to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Round of applause, please, for Bill, everybody. Even though there's 5 or 6 of us here, that's enough for me.
Just like playing the Philadelphia Bowl.
So look, Bill, let's learn a little bit more about you. Yeah, stay there. Let's learn a little bit more about you then, and what brought you to be standing on stages in around, well, all sorts of places, playing guitar.
Really simple. I've been a fanatical music fan, like many other people, for 45 years. Hid away the fact that I was in the closet musically, wanted to be a singer. And then, unfortunately, a couple of years ago, I had a massive stroke, and it took away my eyesight, left me all but blind, and crushed my world, really. And during that time, I had 2 choices. Decide not to go on or do something about it. I found inspiration through music. So 2 or 3 years ago, picked up a guitar, taught myself how to play, taught myself how to sing. And good or bad as it is, I'm now a gigging musician, having hidden it for 45 years. But that's the story. The real important part of this is literally music kept me alive. Music stopped me getting into dark places when I was pretty blind. So I'm now here, one eye doesn't work. And I've never been so inspired. So literally, government, if you're listening, here's my little political moment. Governments all over the world, you're going to kill music. Just be careful how many people you might actually be killing, other than financial. That's my political statement finished.
It's a strong message. It's a strong message, mate, and one that is going to be echoed by so many people who are watching us tonight, thinking about everything they were involved with up until March, which then, for so many people, nosedived and stopped with no real sign of when things might come back. I mean, you'll have worked with, I'm sure, loads of people who work at gigs behind the scenes, the ones who work in the shadows, the ones that none of us see, none of us know about, but are so essential to these things going ahead. What do you know about what it's been like for them?
Yeah, I've over the last 2 or 3 years going around the music circuit, 2 things that I've discovered. Musicians get a huge amount of pleasure for being up front, but there's probably 5-fold amount of people behind the scenes who make all these things happen. And their lives have been devastated because there's people selling tickets, selling ice cream, selling merch, opening pubs, opening gigs. It's all gone. And it is devastating people that I've come to know in the last 2 or 3 years. And these are people I've known for 40 years or 50 years in other walks of life. There's a massive amount of enthusiasm off stage, if you like, away from the theatre stage, away from the music stage, away from the TV and radio presenting. Shed loads of people, lots and lots of highly capable, committed people. They've just all been devastated. And I see it, I hear it. I'm trying to help them. I offer some solace where I can.
I suppose coming from your point of view as well, it's quite interesting for those people to be able to hear that story like yours. Music turning things round, and music giving you a little bit of hope. Are you seeing anything giving those friends of yours a little bit of hope at the minute?
That's a really good question. And the fact is, quite the opposite. I think for 3, 4, 5 months maybe, we had a little bit of hope that at some point these circumstances would change. And then they began to change. We began to talk about getting theatres open, getting cinemas open, get pubs open. You know, tons and tons of music performances on in pubs. And then completely out of the blue, when all the infrastructure gets restarted, they make another snap decision to start shutting it down, closing hours, mask protocols, etc., etc. And I get it that somebody somewhere says that should happen, but the consequences of these immediate decisions are quite devastating. And again, politically, we can challenge it a little bit. We've got to ask ourselves, is the economic crush directly proportionate to the true impact of what's happening now?
Interesting stuff to think on. Interesting stuff to think on. Well, your opinions obviously matter so much tonight. The social media handles, #WeMakeEvents, also #CreativePerformanceProtest is where you can just search and see a lot of stuff that's been going on, not just today, not just yesterday with the protests that happened in London, but over the last few months as well. And you'll really see the size of the industry that's coming together and the size of the industry that needs help as well. Bill, have you got another song?
I've only got another song if it's not original material, so I don't know where we stand on that.
Do you know what? Tonight is about throwing it together and doing it whatever.
Yeah.
So, go on.
If the world don't mind.
The world will never mind. The world will never mind.
Unfortunately, I'm not a prolific songwriter. So the song I just sang was called Addiction, and it's the only song I've ever written, and it's only the second time I've played it. So forgive me. I'll sing another song, but it will be somebody else's.
We'll let you off. We'll let you off. Yeah, no, fantastic.
So let's just play something that's fairly common. Here's a song called Tennessee Whiskey. I spend my nights in a barroom, liquor was the only love I knew. You rescued me, reaching for the bottom, brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as a Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, sweet as a strawberry wine. You're as warm, glass of brandy. Honey, I stay still on you loving all the time. I look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom, for bottle is always dry. You poured out your hearts, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like you loving to get me high. You're as smooth as a Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet, sweet as a strawberry wine. You're as warm, glass of brandy. Honey, I stay so loving all the time. Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey. Tennessee whiskey.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks, man. Thanks for being with us tonight. Thanks for telling your story.
Indeed.
And here's to seeing you back on a stage somewhere soon, or even if it's from a front room somewhere, sharing a bit of music, sharing your story.
Bit of Zoom.
Bit of Zoom's great. Bill Black, everyone. Thanks, Bill.
Keep it live.
Thanks, mate.
When you feel like you got nothing left, hold on to your hope, there's better days ahead. We'll get our lives back. So you're not in this all alone. together we stand.